Okay, now we have a transformations question. You've got shape P on a grid there, and then it tells you a few things that happens to it. Now, it's not actually telling you to do it, but it is always best to do it to see what happens. And then the final question is, it's asking you to describe fully the single, and that's important, and it's in bold, single transformation that maps shape P onto shape R. Well, we don't know what shape R is yet, so let's find out. So it says shape P, which is already there, is reflected in the line x equals -1 to give shape Q. Now the line x equals -1 is a line where no matter where you go, you're always level with -1 on the x-axis. There's the x-axis, there's -1, and the line is going to do this. It's going to be perpendicular to the x-axis, because no matter where you go on this line, you're always level with -1 on the x-axis. So it's going to reflect in there, which means P is going to, this corner here is 2 away, so it's going to be 2 away. That corner there, 2 away, so 2 away. That one is 4 away. And that one there, well, it's going to be 3 long, so it's going to go backwards 3 here. And that is shape Q. And then shape Q is reflected in the line y equals 0 to give the shape R. Now the line y equals 0 is the line that's always level with 0 on the y-axis. That is actually the same as the x-axis. This line here, which we know as the x-axis, is level with 0 on the y-axis, therefore the x-axis is actually called y equals 0. So that means that shape is reflected over here. So we're going to get a point there, and then a point there, and a point there. And we call that shape R. So, question is, describe fully the single transformation that maps shape P onto shape R. Now what are the transformations? The transformations are translation, which is when you take a shape and you simply move it left and right and up and down. It stays in the same, facing the same way. You can see here that it's not facing the same way, therefore it's not translation. There is reflection, which is what we've just been doing. It doesn't look like it's a reflection. And the last one, a rotation, which if you look at it, it looks like P has gone rotating around there to give us R. So that it looks like our single transformation is going to be a rotation. So, how do you get all the marks? 3 marks. First mark you get by saying rotation. Next mark you need to say how far the rotation has gone. Well, if you look at it here and there, that one looks like that but upside down, which means it's gone round 180 degrees. So 180 degrees. And now because it's 180 degrees, you don't need to say which direction. Direction would be clockwise or anti-clockwise, but in this case, because it's 180 degrees, it actually doesn't matter which way it goes round, so you won't get a mark for anti-clockwise or clockwise. The last mark you're going to get by telling us where the centre of rotation is, which means basically the pivot which the shape travels around to get to the other one. The best way to do this is to get some tracing paper. Unfortunately I've got no tracing paper. You would put it on there, draw that shape, put your pen on one of the points, turn it and see if it lands on that. And you will notice that that point, you might be able to pick it out just by looking at it, it is there. If you were to put your pen on your tracing paper at that point there and turn it round and turn it 180 degrees, it would land perfectly onto R. So our single transformation that maps P onto R is a rotation of 180 degrees around the point -1, 0. So I'm going to put centre of rotation -1, 0. So that's our 3 marks.